Where's your famous? Where's your famous? Where's your famous atmosphere? Where's
Hello everybody, I'm just going to leave you with a picture of these two for the moment because, you know, they're much more handsome than Gadsby, but alright, Gadsby's going to get in there as well. Well, everybody, England are in the semi-finals of the European Championship, the second semi-final in a row, third semi-final if you include the Nations League. What a victory tonight, 4-0 against Ukraine. Let me not start off with you. Let's start off with. Oh, wait a minute.
England Jets.
Danny Mills.
I bet you can remember him from somewhere.
Danny Mills, former England defender, very, very close friend of Gareth Southgate. I mean, let's leave. To do a monologue, a Shakespearean monologue. Danny made.
Can we just enjoy the moment?
Yes.
Because there's been so much negativity about can't play like this, gotta play Grealish, can't play with two holding players, can't play with 7 defensive players, haven't conceded a goal, just won 4-0, smashing the tournament, every decision has been brilliant, every substitution has been bang on. Let's just enjoy it until Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, amen. Blimey, I mean, this is a man you played football with. This is a man you've got to know pretty well.
I can confirm he does not want to do bake-off either. That was the rumour before the tournament, he does not want to do bake-off.
What he ought to do is probably run for Prime Minister, because he'd probably win hands down at the moment. Did you see this in him when he was a player? What his mind was like?
Yeah, his meticulous nature from the bed. I mean, I knew him obviously through England, obviously going back to sort of 2001. First really got to know me. He was at Borough, we were at Leeds. We'd meet up for a fair bit, and families got close. And obviously I went to Borough in '03, and I used to drive him up. We sort of shared it, but generally I would do all the driving because he was captain, so I was his chauffeur for a bit. He was writing his book at the time, Woody and Nord, so we'd have to listen to that on the way up. To be fair, we both used to get in early. We both sort of first in the training hours at 9 o'clock, training starts about 10:30. I didn't mind that. But then after about a week or two, it's like, right, come on, Gabe, we're done. We've had lunch. And he's like, I just need to go for a massage and have a little look at the video and this, that, and that. Really? Come on, Gabe. And after about a week, I'm thinking, I can't do this. I'm driving myself. Sold the petrol. But it was meticulous all the way through. And the way that he trained, whereas I trained seriously and I worked very hard, but when the moment it's sort of, you know, I messed about from time to time, you know, kicking balls left, right, and centre, you know, be a bit of a twat. Gareth never did that. Never made a stupid pass or a silly fall over delivery. You know, was just serious all the time. So ultra professional all the way through, and that's how he lived his life, lived his career, and obviously, and now taking that into management. And when you listen to how he picks the team, how he picks the squad, gets to know the players, gets to know what they're like, has certain values that he will not stand for. He won't have mavericks. You know, we all want a bit of stardust, but if you're too far beyond that, you're out, because you'll become too disruptive, and he won't have it. However good you are, it won't have it because it disrupts the group and it takes away from the rest of the group. So I mean, I guess that's what probably getting on with Gaza at that point. But I say to people, oh yeah, but he's a yes man, he's this. But he's not, because he's made big decisions. He's very sensible, but he's actually very funny. I think when you go through what he's done, his career-wise, you know, came through a Palace, was captain, went to Villa, was captain, 57 England caps, I think.
Yeah.
57, something like that. You know, captained every club he'd been at, captained Middlesbrough, did well there. He knows his stuff, went to, obviously played in Euro 96, played in France 98, played in 2000, didn't play in 2002. All those managers, all those experiences, he's brought it into every single piece of knowledge that he's got, he's kept, and he's picked the best bits of every single one. And then I think you put that with the fact that he's now gone, right, forget about losing, lads, don't worry about that. Let's worry about winning. And go and be a hero. Go and be the next generation of Sir Jeff Hurst, you know, Bobby Moore. Go and win something.
Change your mindset.
Yeah, this is your moment to shine.
Yeah.
Rather than, let's worry about getting beat, what the press going to say.
Which is what it used to be. It was a self-fulfilling prophecy, wasn't
go and be a hero.
Yeah.
He said, I don't want the limelight. He doesn't want the limelight. You know, and I think, and that's what he's done. But I think he's in touch with the younger generation because he came through the 17s, the 20s, and the 21s.
Yeah.
And he's got kids of 22 and 16, 17, 18. So he understands sort of the younger generation as well. Yeah. Understands that they're not going to use social media. You can't just say no social media. You can't say you're not going out, or you're not doing this, or you're not doing that. You've got to, as much as he doesn't do it, he understands that you've got to incorporate that.
He's been part of the process right the way through and understands it. And it's almost been like a Germany type development, hasn't it?
And that was the plan originally. Like he said, you need to get to quarter-final, semi-finals. He said, look what Germany did. I think they went quarter-final, semi-final, final, semi-final, final, won it.
Yes.
You need to have that process of having sort of big game mentality. So he's gone through every single detail, and probably they're ahead of schedule.
And we're gradually getting better and better, aren't we? You know,
definitely.
We're making steps all the time, you know.
This is the youngest team ever.
Yeah, it's the youngest team ever. That's
You
right.
think Calvin Phillips hadn't played in a big game? Alright, sorry Leeds fans, I love Leeds, but not played European competition. Declan Rice not played in Europe. Bukayo Saka is his first real big game.
And look what he did.
But none of them had played in big internationals.
Sort of like they belong there, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, Andorra's not a big international, you know, or whatever, you know, in the group stages. But Calvin Phillips, Declan Rice, Saka, huge games. Grealish, huge games for them to come into. None of them. Calvin Lewin, he was part of all those players that were in and around it. Very, very limited experience. Even Mason Mount, we had 3 seasons.
Yeah, but there again, he's been seasoned in it, hasn't he? He's been through the process of all the age groups. Under 19s, I think he was in, wasn't he, when they won the World Cup?
Foden coming through, you know, all
It's
these
like that.
players.
It's like they have no fear.
And it was funny because I go back to 2014 after sort of, you know, disasters, and when we started doing the England Commission stuff and got battered for it. And Greg Dyke came out and said, right, the plan is in 2022 we get to a semi-final or a final. And everyone went, what an idiot. Oh, hang on. It's actually sort of, and that was obviously sort of St George's Park and coaches and making that pathway, getting more English players to play in the Premier League, more English players to play in European competitions. And suddenly they go, semi-final in 2022. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
That's quite
schedule, hasn't it?
Well, actually, we did it in 2018, and now we've done it again.
Yeah.
It's like it is ahead of schedule. It's bizarre.
And tonight has confirmed the sort of, you know, a lot of people sort of say the happy accident of 2018. In the last 4 days, that has been dispelled.
Well, you have to remember, we've been sent home by Romania in the Euros. Been sent home by Iceland.
Yeah.
You know, which was unbelievable.
Only 5 years ago, it seems a long time ago, but also seems like yesterday.
Yeah. I remember it didn't really want the job, it wasn't first choice for the job.
That was rock bottom though then, wasn't it? 5 years ago, we big Sam.
It's the last show you came on.
Right. Would we have been last time I was invited?
Yeah,
would we have been in this position if Big Sam was in charge?
Absolutely not.
No, that's the thing.
Yeah, no way.
But there again, would we be in this position if a lot of other people have been in charge? You know, it's.
I mean, the FA have lucked out, haven't they?
Absolutely.
He was appointed as sort of a default, right?
Yeah, without a doubt.
And then we were all like, yeah, well, until he fails,
And then it was
somebody else
like, well,
comes along.
the group's easy. You're always going to qualify. You're
You
always
still
gonna
got to
do
win
this.
the games.
Yeah.
And then he did well, obviously, in the Nations League, and then obviously the World Cup. And he's like, oh, hang on, he's giving the youngsters a chance. But I think it's because he's quietly spoken, and he doesn't really scream and shout. He's very, very passionate, and he loves his country and loves his football and everything else. And it's interesting. Obviously, it came out in his book that obviously owed to the Churchill moment where we needed Churchill, we got Ian
I
Duncan.
love that quote.
It's interesting now he's apportioning that to Martin Keown.
No way.
But also, he says, but on reflection, why would Sven change? Why would Sven do something that he'd never ever done before? Sven was authentic to how he managed and what he believed in. So when Sven beat Germany 5-1, he didn't scream and shout. So why would he suddenly change at half time in a game where his way was to just be quiet and tell people information? He said, and I've sort of taken that on board. He said, I'm going to be me. People don't like it, I get it wrong, but I'm going to do what I want to do the way that I want to do it. And then when people say, oh, he's a yes man.
No.
But what does a yes man to the FA mean? Because they're not picking the team. Those average age of 85, go half the team up.
Well, exactly. I mean,
So I don't understand quite what this yes man sort of mentality. And then you come into this tournament, for example, and he's gone Rice Phillips, and everyone's like, oh no,
Boring.
Sterling's back in.
oh no. Oh, hang on a minute. Calvin Phillips gets man of the match. Sterling scores. Oh, inspired.
So what we're now seeing is.
But you can't play that next game because the fullbacks aren't good enough. Well, he changes the fullbacks.
And look what happens.
And Scotland have a fantastic. I've said Scotland played the best they've played for 20 years.
Yeah.
And it's the best they will play for another 20 years. But you still draw nil.
sorry guys.
It's true. But you still draw
It
nil.
is true. They played the game of their lives,
Scotland were amazing. England were rubbish. It was 0-0. I know which side of the fence I'd rather be on.
But we, like I say, we keep winning games, clean sheets, edging through the tournament, progress all the time. We overcame one major hurdle, which was Germany, successfully, which is the one where you think, God, if we are going to go out, this is the moment.
I went through. Everyone's got to say. There's a myth that you have to play attacking football, and it has to be Pep Guardiola Klopp football, where it's just champagne football all the time, and you're scoring 5 goals, and you might concede 3. Football doesn't work like that.
No.
Liverpool didn't win the league like that until Virgil van Dijk.
Just winning tournaments.
City didn't win the league because they didn't have Ruben Diaz. So you've got to be defensive. And when you go back through the Euros, I think Portugal conceded 4 goals, 5 goals.
Well, they came third. Drew
They never won a
3
game.
games.
They never won a game.
They drew
In 90
three.
minutes. But I think they conceded 4 goals.
Yes,
I think,
three.
I think when Spain won it, Spain conceded 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Greece conceded 4.
So it's defences that are winning your tournament.
Of course,
Not champagne football.
What's
That's
that
what
what
we're
was
saying.
that? How many goals in England conceded?
Well, so England have conceded none.
Right.
Italy have conceded 1.
One. 2.
2.
2. So
And one was a penalty.
who should it go to the final?
Yeah.
I think England, yeah.
Yeah. That's the way, that's
Yeah.
that's.
I mean, England's kept 5 clean sheets in 5 games.
And when you've
Can't
got
take it for granted.
No,
Next
of
Wednesday,
course,
because
but when
they
you-
are
but when you've got
tests,
Kane,
aren't they?
Foden, Sterling, Grealish, Rashford, Sancho, Saka,
Oh, it's amazing
That's
to think about that.
one of them's going to get a chance.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of them's going to score.
But I still think that Denmark are going to present
More
a real issue, in the Germany type mode, possibly
Well, I
a
think
bit more movement even.
Yeah, I also think young players, it's in between young players, and they're playing with the freedom of underdogs.
Yeah.
After what
that's the
happened,
issue,
which was
yeah.
obviously horrific,
Yeah.
and I was, watching that game at the time, I was like, oh,
I know, we were all
sick to the bottom of your stomach.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
What might have been.
Mm.
They are now playing with that. You know what?
We have no fear.
It's almost like when they won it.
Well, 92
Well,
is
it's
It's a similar kind of scenario. It's like almost like a mission, isn't it? Psychologically.
We've got to do this for Christianity.
It's like no one, because of what happened, and we lost that game and all that. It's
Yeah.
like no one expects us to do anything.
No.
But hang on a minute, now on this roll. So you know what?
And they were second with 3 points.
If we lose, who cares?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they've already won the
Yeah.
hearts of
Everybody.
the world,
Yeah.
effectively,
Exactly.
because they've managed to continue in what they're doing.
Yeah. It's a different kind of problem for
So they
England.
are playing with complete freedom.
Yeah. Whatever happens to them, they've won.
Yeah.
I mean, tonight was just, you couldn't, ask them much more. Really. Yes, people say Ukraine were a weak opposition. They got to a quarter final.
Yeah.
You can't, nobody else has beaten weak opposition for them.
Germany smashed Portugal.
They smashed Portugal.
And they actually played really well against France.
And
And they
Ukraine
had-
almost drew with Holland.
Yeah,
didn't they?
they had World Cup winners, Germany, in their side. They had Champions League winners.
Yes.
And Germany were always my dark horses for the tournament, because if they got it right, it could be a disaster. Because we showed that against Portugal. If it just clicked, you're in big trouble.
Well, yeah. I mean, there were so many danger signs there. I mean, like you said, you've got Muller, you've got Cruz, you've got Rudiger. I mean, you've got players just roll off the tongue. And I think people don't realise the Hungary game, all right, 2-2, but it was still a team full of
It doesn't matter.
champions.
They're Germany. Germany always do.
Yeah, and then the thing that they've done tonight is do the thing that England haven't done before, which is have a really great game and then go on. And do you remember after we beat
They
Spain?
scored the goals. They scored
But
the
they
second
also
goal.
controlled the game.
They did.
And,
Yes.
and that's,
Yes.
I thought he might go with Grealish, but I completely understood why he went with Mount, because you control the midfield.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
game management.
If you're going to be successful, you have to control the ball in midfield.
Yeah.
And that's always been England's problem. When you're trying to shoehorn players in.
And they did.
But I think, and the best thing that Gareth's done, unlike previous England managers, where you're shoehorning the best players into Paul Scholes on the left wing, because he's one of the best players, but you've got Lampard and Scholes, Lampard and Gerrard. It's like, well, we've got to play him because he's a great player. Gareth's well, no, I'm going to play him.
That's the brilliance.
Just because he...
That's why. It's
And then
fits the system.
That's what's good
and,
about
and,
it.
and then, he,
That's
and
what's
then
good
he's
about
gone, actually, you know what? I don't want you to do anything different. Just go and play your game. Declan Rice, sit there, mop up, get around. Calvin Phillips, do your bit, but you've got lots of energy, so you can run it. Mason Mount, go and sort of just play a little foot and drift. Sterling, get the ball, run at people. It's just do what you're good at. Don't try, he's not trying to make them become
Reinvent
something completely different. So they're all going, well, this is what I'm good at, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Right, it works. I thought it's a simple game.
But I mean, you go back to Sven. This is the thing. It's like the last time England had players comparable was probably under Sven, the golden team, and you played in amongst a lot of those.
But then you look at 04, penalty shootout, wasn't a million miles away.
Wasn't a million miles away, but he didn't quite get it right, did he? He just tried. He just thought. I mean, you tell me.
Yeah,
He stuck everybody on.
But we lost to Brazil. In fact, they were better than us. No real shame in that.
You could have finished them off.
Yeah, but,
That shot you had.
2004, you think in Euros they were very unlucky. Penalty shootout.
Yeah.
That can go either way.
Of course it can.
Absolutely.
Well, it can now that we can win one. but it when you look at the penalty shootout last night before, where
Switzerland.
no one scored.
It was like 3-1, so
Before that, every single penalty went top corner. So so they done it under pressure and then didn't do it under pressure.
Yeah.
So that wasn't 2006.
Again, penalties. Rooney sent off.
Yeah.
Fine margins, isn't it?
It's fine, but Southgate just seems to have an answer. He just seems to have an answer.
They're good players. They are, and he's put in he's given the players confidence. And I know it because I know him well enough. He will be. It'd been like Raheem Sterling. It'd been, look, everyone's doubting you. He said, I've never doubted you. I've got so much belief in you. You've never let me down. You're a brilliant player. Just because you don't play at City, go out there and show everybody how good you are, because I believe in you. Brilliant.
And what happened today?
And he's got, scores the first game.
Player of the tournament,
Yeah.
arguably.
Calvin Phillips, go and play the game. And it's like when he got all that criticism after Scotland. I should have played 2 other midfield players. Hang on a minute. You've just given. Everyone's just given Calvin Phillips man of the match and gone, what an inspired choice. Billy Gilmore was brilliant in that game. He couldn't play obviously the second one, but imagine Scotland then said, you know what, Billy Gilmore's been so good, we're going to drop him for next game.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
It'd be a national outcry.
Yeah.
But it's like always after the game, negative. But we've only won because it's an easy route. We've only won. It's like.
And also, as a neutral observer, you want to see a high tempo running battle between two sides going at each other, which from a neutral's perspective is fantastic entertainment. But if you support Holland or France, you're gone.
Yeah,
you're out.
absolutely.
So what's the point?
Italy won
It's
it.
not about that, is it?
Italy won it, and they were bored. Germany were always just efficient.
Yeah.
You very rarely get high scoring finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the latter stages,
Right.
because the teams are they're all good.
I'm trying to think of a quarter final in recent times when somebody scored four past an opponent at 4-0. It's not,
It's been a while.
not too many, and you know that was
You
just,
rarely get a flair team that goes all the way and just sweeps everybody aside.
Spain were not unbelievable.
No.
When
No.
they won it.
They were
Effective,
effective.
and they
Effective,
so much
yeah.
possession.
Yeah.
You see,
they were
80%
effective.
possession. It's anything.
And this was in 26 degrees in Rome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is like, you know, he's maybe we should play the semi in Rome.
And I mean, and that was the one when it was, you've got to leave Rice and Phillips out because they're on a booking.
No.
Hang on. To start with, none of you want them to play together. Now you're saying you're going to be so arrogant and cocky that we don't need to play two of our best
Well,
players
exactly.
because
Yeah,
we're
well,
just going to beat Ukraine.
Yeah, more it's the same formation.
You play the game
That's what's working well.
And that's what Gareth Southgate said. You know, forget about the semi-final. We've got to win this one.
Win this one.
To get to the semi-final, and then we'll worry about
I know,
the
let's
semi-final.
not get carried away
As it
either.
comes.
We've got a massive game Wednesday night. Let's not get carried away with this because this is another huge test.
Yeah.
Let's not lose sight of this. This is a game that we could lose.
And Steve Hammond's a huge part of that.
Yes.
I mean, you go back and
Never
listen
word
to
about him. Yeah.
Gareth didn't really know Steve when he first brought him in to the 20. He went to Chelsea and he watched Jose and he watched a lot of what was going on at Chelsea and he watched Steve coaching, and especially with some of the younger lads, and he went, "Oh, I like that guy." And he said, "We started chatting. He said, do you fancy coming in and doing a bit of the 21s?" Yeah. And if you remember, so Gareth was manager and he was part-time because he was still doing Chelsea and he was coming in and doing the 21 sort of during the international break. And they obviously started to build up a relationship and became really close and trusted each other, but they didn't know each other before that. So it's not like they've been together all their life, growing through it, but they trust each other. You know, and when, you know, I was at Gareth's wife's 50th birthday, you know, Steve was there, and just chatting and it's like, they've obviously built up this real good, close understanding, but they'll question each other, and they'll go, "I'm not sure that's right. I'm not necessarily agree with that." And that's why it works.
It's healthy, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah, you want somebody who's
Yeah.
prepared to challenge
It's
you.
like a healthy negative.
Yeah.
To test you and go, is that the right thing to do?
Yeah.
Is that the right? I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah.
No,
And you
I-
see them consulting on the side.
Yeah.
It's really interesting,
Yeah.
quite intense.
That's
to
great.
watch.
It's important you have that, and you've
Yeah.
got to be strong as a manager to have that because you get some dictatorial managers who don't want that
Well,
question.
a lot of people didn't want
What's the
Pickford
point of having a
number
number
one.
two?
A lot of people didn't want Pickford as number one.
Well, this is another ridiculous. I mean,
And look how
some-
he's performed.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Who else should play?
well, I mean, it's
Brilliant.
it's another thing that at least Southgate is just not. He doesn't care what people. This is the other thing I
He
like
doesn't
about him.
care.
It's like,
And that was the thing about Germany. He said, "Look, this is the team I've picked. If it goes wrong, I'm dead."
yeah, he said that, didn't he? I'm dead. Yeah.
So it's not. So and he's prepared. And I go back to Slovakia. His first team. We dropped Rooney.
Oh, way back. Yeah.
His first job.
Yeah.
First game, I think, in charge.
Yeah.
Dropped Rooney.
Yeah.
Brought him into the press conference when he's not playing. Never been done before, ever.
That's why he brought him in.
England captain, one of England's greatest goal scorers, brought him into the press conference when he's not playing.
That's right.
I mean, and people are like, oh, he won't make big decisions. I mean, that's
Too
massive.
bad. Talk about guts. You're like,
Yeah, and it's not like he had the opportunity to lead him out of the team.
right.
He was there, and it's just, and I think he's managed people, he's managed players incredibly well. Even like Iceland, no, yeah, in Iceland when you had the Foden and Greenwood situation,
He was
Yeah.
can't be having
class
that.
what he did,
Can't be
yeah.
having that.
Absolutely.
You go in.
Yeah.
You need to learn your lessons. You'll come. Walker, who got binned for a bit, and everyone, oh, that's it. I think he's on 48 caps, and everyone, oh, that's it. He's out.
Yeah.
He's never going to get to 50. A year later or so, actually, no, I'll bring you back in. Trent, sorry, you're not playing well enough. Out you go.
Yeah.
Another big, bold decision.
Yeah. He's a ruthless manager, right?
He's happy to go against popular opinion.
I mean, that's
He doesn't mind, does he?
no.
Because he's authentic to himself. He believes in what he's doing, and he's happy to say, you know what, it's my decision. I'm doing this, and he's for an international manager, he's one of the hardest working managers I know. I mean, it's a part-time job.
It is a part-time job, but and the other thing that he is he's right because it's worked. I mean, he's on. But I mean, it's just.
Anyhow, it's coming home.
Shush you.
Hang on.
Rio.
Not yet, mate. It's not yet. We've got to take this.
Oh, you miserable old git. Coming home.
That's funny.
Is it though, Milton?
Hang on a minute.
Coming on.
Hang on a minute. We've got another hurdle, haven't we, to get over?
Is it though?
But just enjoy it now. It's coming
I'm enjoying it.
until Wednesday. It's coming home.
It's coming to until Wednesday.
And then,
4 days.
and then if it doesn't come home, it hasn't come
I'll enjoy
home.
it.
But let's just enjoy the 5 days where it is coming home.
Yeah.
Well, he's got. I mean, he's
The
now.
disappointment's not going to be any less.
No, that's true.
But he has got to a point now where any sort of talk of this, like, oh, he was lucky in Russia. I mean, he has now had a week where he has confirmed himself as a outstanding
Two
manager.
semi-finals of major competitions is not luck.
No, that's the thing. And I know you dismissed the Nations League, but it was brilliant.
No, I haven't dismissed the most of it. That's like a friendly.
And we've got the youngest team in the tournament, haven't we?
Yeah,
Euros.
Yeah.
You know,
We've got the youngest team.
so Italy worry me
Yeah.
because they know how to win, and
Yeah.
and Keely and Bonucci. Watching the game of the night against Belgium, the last 25 minutes was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because the art of wasting time,
That was
That's
really.
the art of
They know what to do.
knocking people out of the way, and buying
Scary,
fouls
scary.
and killing. The ability to kill a game off. I don't think there's anybody better on the
No,
Do you
there
admire it though? It really annoys me.
No,
Oh,
I
mate, it
absolutely,
really
because it's an
annoys
art
me.
form. It's an
Yeah.
absolute.
They know what to do. They've done it for
to not
years.
pick up a booking.
Yeah.
To take it in turns to foul people.
Yeah, I know.
To kick it out of play.
I
It would be
That's
good
why
to
I'm
not
first
to be the
fan.
best team, but not win the tournament
I
because we're not
understand.
streetwise enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had a
It
couple of
would be
rugby
boring,
friends
wouldn't it?
call me up yesterday and said, this is why I don't watch football. Because I watched Italy for the last 5 minutes.
I
and
love
said-
Italian football.
And Immobile going down, then suddenly, be up again. I mean, if you would never do that.
Right,
though.
so tell you what, so
Have you ever feigned injury?
how did England play in '66?
Solid,
So, yeah.
honest,
No one cares. Let's be honest, no one knows. No one knows, no one cares.
because we remember the results.
Portugal, how did they play during the Euros when they won it?
Yeah, like
No one
that.
cares.
No one cares. Greece were boring, but they won it.
Absolutely boring.
Denmark, how did they play? No idea. What any of the results, any of the group games results?
Yeah,
They
the
don't
names
know.
But when you come to Italy, you know that.
But you don't remember those group games.
No.
You just remember the
Of when
knockout
teams,
stages.
yeah. France, when they won it, what were their results in the group games? No.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
irrelevant. It's irrelevant.
You remember things like Wiltord scored in the final. Trezeguet scored the goal. in
You might remember
goal.
flash moments, but you
Yeah.
don't remember the
Of course you don't.
progress.
Group stages now.
No one cares.
No.
Just
Win.
get through the group. No, get through the group. Doesn't matter. Just get out of the group.
Yeah.
It's like the Champions League. Just
Yeah.
get out of the group and then worry about the knockout stage, because knockout football is a completely different mentality.
Like you said in Portugal 4 years ago, 5 years ago, as it is.
Yeah,
They had 3 draws
Yeah.
and they won.
yeah. And the last one was 3-3.
Hungry.
Yeah,
They
it was
they
very
were
good,
out.
Didn't it?
They
Yeah.
scored in the 90th minute, whenever it was.
You know, we were thinking earlier, we were having a chat.
Whoa, are you steady? Steady.
Well, that's
Steady.
very nice. I mean, occasionally I'm allowed to, we were thinking, what was the last great performance by England in a tournament game before Germany?
I'll give you a clue. You weren't in it.
No, he was.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
oh, it was.
Yes,
Yeah,
it was.
I thought
it
you
was.
did.
You were.
Yes.
See, now you've ruined it already.
Answers on the postcard.
Oh, wasn't it?
Answers on the
Yes,
postcard.
it
You
was.
were
What
in
do
it.
you think was the last outstanding England performance before Germany in a major
And
tournament?
you were in it, so you
Well, now you've given it
It
away.
was played indoors.
That was in a tournament. No, that was in a
In a
tournament.
major tournament.
Yeah, it's a major one. It was indoors.
Oh, I thought you said before. This guy just throws shares.
It was in a major tournament. You played in
Oh,
it.
major
and it
tournament.
was
No, I
indoors.
thought you meant before a major, not.
No, in one.
Major
In
tournament
one.
game. I don't think there's been as good a performance as Germany
wasn't bad.
Argentina.
But leading up to that, Germany 5-1.
Yeah, but not in a major tournament.
Yeah, finals.
I mean, a game where the tactics were executed to a T, I'd say Germany, and I'd say it's been that long. I mean, you that game was just.
Denmark weren't bad first 30 minutes.
Denmark was good
But
performance.
the top opposition, you played the favourites of the tournament, and nobody.
We got it right. But sometimes it's like Scotland will come away saying that was the best performance for 20 years.
Were you confident in that game though, or were you thinking, I mean, you just come off the back of that Sweden game?
You just. And I said tonight, and actually Rio spoke about it. You're in the time, and you're going, this is my moment.
Yeah.
This is me. This is where I put a marker down to you know what? I can play at this level. I'm good at this level. I deserve to be at this level. I'm going to prove it. And it's a hell of a buzz when you run out into that stadium, and the crowd erupts and all the rest of it. That's like game middle. But you go into the game and go right. Do my job. Me versus him. Do my job. Then I'm going to do my job for the team. As a fullback, I'm then going to do my part as a back four, and I'm going to cover around my centre half. I'm going to do that little bits and pieces. And then if I've done those both well, then I'm going to try and add a little bit if I can going forward, and that's a bonus. But it's like win my individual battle, win my unit battle, and then can I offer something else? And that's all you're thinking about. That's your job. That's what you've got to do. Simple as that. Get your head down. And that's all you think about for 90 minutes.
And so it would have been you, Kieran Trippier, right? That would have been.
But it's like Trippier. Why is Trippier in the squad? Why put 4 right backs? Well, inspired to play Trippier in the first game. He's a great defender.
Versatility.
You then get one gets injured and he's out, so he's Trent's out. Exactly. You can play wing backs. You can switch it around. Walker can play centre half.
Doesn't make mistakes.
No.
And what were you saying about Diego Simeone's no fall, is he?
Well, I mean, he's
Well,
the greatest defender there is, isn't
I
he?
think he got 6 or 8 assists this season.
Yeah.
Which is one less than Trent, or more than Trent, something like that.
Yeah.
But conceded 25 goals in the league.
I mean,
And he missed half the games because he was suspended.
Yeah, he's outstanding.
He's learned so much, and he's got experience, and his set piece delivery, phenomenal.
It is. I mean, he's just.
And there's people questioning why he's madness.
That's why he's a football manager and the public isn't.
Well, do you know, I'll probably finish on this. The best quote, I think it came from Goretzka. It said 4 weeks ago in Germany, we had 82 million virologists. He said, now we've got 82 million head coaches. He said, and that's our country is not unique to that. It's like, the virus is going on, it's Karen from Facebook.
Yeah.
Now suddenly it's Kevin on Twitter that's an England manager.
And there's a problem. Right, well.
Sorry, what was that stat you said about the last team that went goalless?
Oh yeah. When was the last time a team had 5 games in a row with a clean sheet in a major tournament?
Never.
One team in history has done it.
Uruguay.
1990.
European team.
1990 World Cup.
Masters of defensive art.
We just
Italy.
Yeah.
So they lost to Argentina.
So they went out to Argentina 5 games, but that's the
Yeah,
only thing
yeah,
we've
yeah.
done.
We beat Denmark on Wednesday.
We could do
Oh,
worse,
we could beat them.
but let's leave
Let's
that.
leave. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Just enjoy the next few days.
Yes, exactly.
I know, this is the thing, just revel in it.
Because the pain, if you lose, if you think, you know what, I'm going to just love these next 4 or 5 days, the pain, if you lose, is not many different.
No, I mean, that's the thing.
So enjoy the next 4 days. No, it's a miserable.
You just call me a miserable.
Well, I hope we did after.
Oh, I'm sorry, I should not have used the word old. Very old.
Well, I'm sure you enjoyed the Argentina victory afterwards. You ran
For about an hour.
Yeah, and then it was back to the drawing board.
And that's, it's not sad, but that's what's difficult because the guys play Germany and then they'll they'll go around the dressing room, they'll go to the stadium, loving it, all the audits, back in the dressing room, right, getting the ice bath, getting this, getting that, start get ready for the next one. And you do that, and you keep doing that, and all of a sudden, unless you win it, you're hungry.
Yes.
And you've not enjoyed it.
They haven't got the time to.
No, because you're always looking
up.
I've got to go next game, next game, and all of a sudden, are you on your way home? Oh, I should have enjoyed that a bit more.
But they will be, you know, they're going to be just so focused now on demos. The desire.
They've got to be.
And also, people, you know, coming into this, people saying, oh, you know, the disrespect that the media is saying to say, let's leave 2 or 3 players out because they're on bookings. And then the players would have known because of social media and press and everything else. There was never going to be any complacency. Because if they hadn't have turned up tonight, they'd have been on every single front page of the newspaper, every single media outlet, every single Instagram, Snapface, Chatfuck, whatever it is, I don't know, all of them. I knew that was wrong, by the way.
They come up, I know.
Because they were never going to be complacent about it's only Ukraine.
Because like I was saying, you know, if they didn't turn up tonight or win tonight, the whole Germany thing meant nothing. And if they don't deliver on Wednesday night, tonight means nothing. It's just another. But
you could turn up, play well, and get beat.
It's quite possible.
And that's when people were saying from the very beginning, what if we don't get to the semi-finals, it's a failure. I said, well, hang on a minute. What if you get France or Germany or Portugal in the round of 16, and you play really well, and they just play better? That doesn't mean you're rubbish.
No.
It doesn't mean you play badly. It's not a failure.
Sometimes you just have to take your hat off.
You have to have perspective. But actually, if you don't play well and you go out to a rubbish team, like Iceland, you go, well, actually, that is failure.
Absolutely.
It has to be looked at. You can't just go quarterfinals, semi-final. You have to look at who you're playing against.
I mean, on Wednesday night, if Denmark turn up in our backyard and outplay us and outclass us and beat us, you just have to accept that they're better. When you get to that level,
it's a semi-final.
Yeah.
So they've got to be good enough to get there.
Yeah.
So you think, well, okay, they're a decent, they've got some good players, decent team. If they turn up, it's a 2-horse race.
And like you say, it's about.
And everyone's going, oh yeah, you're massive odds-on favourite.
It does.
In a 2-horse race.
Doesn't matter. It's delivery on the night.
Of course it is. And you always look at. There's always an FA Cup shock. There's always a Ruiz anti-Joshua moment where the little fat kid. It's the
oh no!
It's really.
Have you not seen him working out?
It's really boosting my ego. When I close my eyes at night and think about how Danny's really boosting my
ruthless England right back.
It's like it really gives me positivity.
That's funny. No, you're saying
What it takes to be a ruthless England right back. Now you're
stuff at the top.
That's funny.
Predictions for Wednesday night, and then I want to get the hell out of it.
England will defeat Denmark on Wednesday night. It will be a close game. It may even be to extra time, but England will edge it.
We have to let him last, go on you next.
I've just got that feeling that England will keep another clean sheet and win 2-0. After, obviously.
I'm going to go 2-1 again because I've always erred on the side of caution going, well, they're going to concede. And I even did it tonight.
Yeah. Oh, you went 2-1?
I went 3-1 tonight. I even went to fight tonight when they're going to be winning 2-0, and then they're going to concede from a set piece or a free kick or something, and then they're going to go up the other end on the counter attack and score and be 3-0.
There's always a chance.
3-0 tonight.
So I've said.
Your turn first, and then it's.
I'm not saying anything.
You have to.
I'm going 2-1.
2-1.
I mean, I can see extra time with this one. I'd probably even just about do it in.
Stop being such a negative, Nelly.
Yeah, but I've been negative this tournament. Look where we are now. I was positive.
It's all down to you guys. It's all down to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Gareth, Harry, or forget it. Forget about any of that tactics. It's all down to me.
It's all down to the mad genius, that I'm controlling this game somehow from my mind and nobody
else. You've been worried about this for
That's what I do.
You never calm down about it. You're always worried.
Be bending spoons in the morning.
That's funny. So you think 2-1 90 minutes, right?
2-1 90 minutes.
2-1 90 minutes, I'll go for that.
1-0 probably after extra time, yeah.
I just don't bother I don't bother getting into this game, or I tricked you all. I'm just not going to bother doing it. I'm happy with all of your suggestions. That's fine. Millsy, thank you so much, mate.
Pleasure.
It's good to see you.
Nice to be invited back.
Yeah,
It's been
right.
10 years.
Thought I upset you.
It was only supposed to be 10 minutes.
I have to say, I didn't tell these two that this lad was going to.
It didn't surprise me.
What do you mean it didn't surprise
Nothing
you?
surprises me in life anymore.
I try to do my little tricks. All right, everybody. Thank you
Good night,
very much. Thank you very much, and thank you very much to you too. England have
Thank
beaten
you.
Ukraine 4-0. As he said, just enjoy it for 4 days because it's brilliant. It's late, but it's here. Euro 2020 and 2021. And Gadsby's England is still the place to come for all your England news throughout the tournament. Follow the drama, the ups and the downs. You know there's going to be plenty of them. Euro 2020 on Gadsby's England.